Shalom, shalom, Israel. Shalom, peace, love, and salutations. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom to all the men and women who are rehearsing the righteous acts day in and day out. Shalom to you. Before we get started, I want to give all praises, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who are preaching and teaching this truth with humility and sincerity across the four winds of the world. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indigenous of the Americas and the Israelite stranger that has been scattered across the four winds that look like those from those other nations and speak the language of those other nations. But their lineage also goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob as well, collectively making the whole 12 tribes of the nation of Yasharallah. Okay? In case you didn't know, Yahweh is the true ancient Hebrew who the world ignorantly calls God. Yahweh, meaning he is, he exists. Bahasham is coming in the name. Yahweh Shai is the only begotten son who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Yahweh Shai, meaning he saves, he delivers. And Rahakodash is Spirit Holy. Okay, so today's video don't have exactly the name of what I'm going to name this lesson, but it is concerning the false prophets and the false doctrines that they've scattered across the four winds. Beginning with the wicked ruling empire of Esau, Edom, right? The Edomites. Okay. And Salakia for my voice, still recovering from a pretty bad sore throat. Every time around this year I get and again, Salakia for the sniffles and stuff. Let's start here. Romans 1:22. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. Okay. Just like the people in the world, just like these false prophets throughout all ages, and you're starting to see more and more of them come about every day, using the what I like to call Satan's devices, right? Not realizing that all they're doing is just spreading more misinformation, leading people astray, and they're going to be held accountable for that, man. Scripture clearly says also that every idle word that men shall speak, he will give an account thereof in the day of judgment. Okay, let's get that real quick. Salakia for the let's go to Matthew 12:36. Matthews 12:36, but I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give an account thereof in the day of judgment. Okay, this is Yahweh Shai speaking here. This is red letter. Okay, and as you can see through the snare that this devil has placed throughout the world, via internet, all these social media platforms, they've become a snare to these people, man. This is a big spiritual snare to a lot of people. Of course, we do understand and know that it is also a technology, right, for us to spread this 100% true gospel. And that was the true intention of the Most High. But the Most High also knew that, the wicked of the world, the people that are in their folly, everyday folly, are going to use that and to furthermore confuse people, to furthermore lead them astray, lead them into darkness, lead them into wickedness and abominations, right? People fail to realize we have the power and access to knowledge in our fingertips nowadays, right? And some use it for folly, and the elect men are using it to spread this 100% true gospel, right? And we do understand and know through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai that ultimately, man's goings are of the Lord. So what I'm trying to say is that this internet, this technology, the Lord was the one behind the scenes into letting it come about, right? The Lord brought all this technology, right? Simultaneously, knowing that people are going to be in their folly as well with it. Okay. The Lord was the one who gave access to this devil to create the internet. And you could find that in second book of Esdras. We go there real quick. That the Lord has given this this authority, this access to the wicked ruling power of Esau, Edom. Okay. See, Esdras prophesied of the internet. Okay. We go here to 2nd Ezra 6:20. Let's start here at 20. And when the world that shall begin to vanish away be finished, then will I show these tokens. Right? And this is what we know, that the world is beginning to vanish away. This is how you know we're talking in this present time. This is how you know Ezra was speaking prophecy. Let's continue. And when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. The book shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together. Okay, and if you go and look up that word firmament, is describing that we could go look it up real quick. Firmament. Let's get the AI definition here real quick. A firmament refers to a vault or arch of the sky or the heavens, while primarily a poetic or literal term for the visual curve of the sky filled with stars. It also holds significant meaning in the ancient cosmology and religious texts. Okay, so even they admit that it, the religious texts from the elect men, the prophets of the Lord, have been prophesizing about that, right? And there is a firmament, okay? There is some sort of a field around this field that causes a separation between the heavens and the earth. And let's see some examples here. Just real quick so you get an idea. There you go. See that? That's the firmament right there. See that dart? Just giving an example of what the firmament, which separates the waters above the firmament from the sky and the clouds and the stars and the moon, etc. The sun. Okay, so this is what it was speaking of, and this is how modern day internet works. Okay, because it just got describing how in the book of Ezra, then will I show these tokens, the book shall be open before the firmament. Okay, because we do understand and know that satellites are within the firmament, and this is what helps. This is what helps to be able to receive data and also spread out data throughout the whole earth. Okay, through via satellite. This is how the internet works, the GPS system and so forth. And how do we know that that is talking about the internet? Well, it says the book shall be open before the firmament. If you could receive it in the spirit, just like I'm speaking right now, all the books of the Bible, right? From the Old Testament, the New Testament, as well as the Apocryphas, right? All the books shall be open before the firmament. And this is what is currently happening. All these books all this information, more importantly, the 100% true gospel, right? And the wicked, the heathen of the world, are using it to continue in their folly, right? Here it is. We have this highly sophisticated technology, but Esau Edom always finds a way to corrupt and pervert things, right? Spreading his folly, spreading his perversion, and even worse, spreading his lies, right? The book shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall all see together. And there's only one way possible that a bunch of people could simultaneously see one book, right? It is impossible for 100,000 of people to be able to, at the same time, simultaneously read one book. It is not possible. The only way it's possible is through the firmament, right? Via internet, right? There could be somebody right now in Japan listening to this video, okay? Via firmament, okay? If you could receive it in the spirit, this is what it is. It's not going to say internet on the scriptures, right? This is a spiritual book, okay? This is for the people who have the understanding and knowledge, right? The fear of the Lord, Proverbs 1:7. The beginning of knowledge is to fear the Lord, right? But fools despise wisdom and instruction. And that is a clear example of the foolish world we're under, man. They don't want no instructions. They don't want to be told what to do. They want to continue in their folly. They want to continue in their wicked ways, man. They love spreading their nonsense across the four winds, man. I knew instantly, man, this was a big time spiritual snare for a lot of people, man. Giving access to the most reprobate, the most degenerate people in the world, give them access of a virtual podium. Okay, this is pretty much what a virtual podium is. And if you don't know what a podium is, we'll look it up real quick, just in case somebody might not know. The podium is let's get the definition real quick. A podium is a raised platform used to elevate a person above their surroundings. Okay, it's a raised platform, a stage, man. A virtual stage, a platform to elevate a person's above their surroundings. Typically so they can be seen while speaking, conducting music, or receiving an award. All right, a speaker's platform. There you go. Very simple. So let's get an image right here real quick. See that? This is a podium right here, right? Where people stand on and speak, an important message. Well, now these devils have given a virtual podium to the most degenerate people of the world, man. The most people, the last people that need to be having a podium, the last people that need to be having a microphone, right? And somebody may be saying, some reprobate might be saying, why can't we have the right to speak our minds? Well, because you're a goddamn degenerate, okay? And the last thing this world needs is more stupidity being spread across the four winds, okay? But again, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua knew what he was doing. He knew that these fools were going to do this, right? And this is why so many are called, but few are chosen. Okay, the Lord knows that his elect men and women, the people that are sincere in their worship to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, this is not going to be a stumbling block for them. All right, they're going to have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. Okay, they're going to know that, hey, this shit that man is saying or that woman's doing, that ain't right. I can't let that consume my day-to-day life, man. Okay, because it is wickedness, and people underestimate the power of the spiritual left-hand side. I've always said this, our people are so gullible and naive and very ignorant to the wickedness on the left-hand side, man. There's a reason why you don't let your 5-year-old kids, well, at least somebody that has a sound, a clear, educated mind wouldn't let their 5 or 6-year-old son or daughter watch certain things, right? You don't go around letting them see documentaries of serial killers at that age. There's a reason why. And that same reason is the reason that people should take heed to and use it on the adults as well. Okay, but we look at it like nonchalant, but it is wickedness on the left-hand side. The reason you don't let your 5-year-old daughter or son watch any horrific, very gory, like murder, like movie, just to make an example, is because it can have an effect in their spirit. Okay, it could bring in demons, right? Ultimately, making them just like goddamn killer himself. Just to make an example. But for some reason, we think when we turn 18, we're exempt from these spiritual spells that are casted on our people, right? We think we're grown and all we could watch. It's just a movie. Is it really? Is it really? It does not enter into your conscience. Yes, it does, man. Same reason why you wouldn't let that kid, that little boy, or that little girl watch a porno. Who lets their 5-year-old kid watch pornography? Right? Think about that. They're just watching a movie. It's just a movie. All right, because it has an effect, man, on the spiritual mind. Right? And we're too ignorant to the spiritual left-hand side of Esau Edom. And this is how he plays us, man. This is how he does with his devices, man. You see movies and music alike. This is why you have to be grounded in Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. A man that's of a mature mind, but also has received this 100% true gospel. He could probably get away with watching that. But is he consuming that shit every day? Absolutely not, man. He'll watch a movie, right? This is why you have to be grounded, man. You can't underestimate the power on the left-hand side, man. You cannot. The second you do, you've already lost, man. Okay, because you're not recognizing the true power, which is Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. And someone would be saying, well, what does the wickedness and the devil and Satan have to do with Yahweh? It has to do with everything. You understand the duality of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. You have fear. Don't Proverbs 1:7 say the beginning of knowledge is to fear? Yeah, Yahweh has casted and has let spiritual demon Satan and the devils here been given power to, man, to have access to the world and the minds and the hearts of the people, man. Okay? To filter out the reprobate, regenerate people of the world, man, from his elect men. Okay? You understand, and you're not gullible, and you're not gonna underestimate the Lord, right? At the end of the day, you know that the Lord is behind all of this. Okay, let's continue. The book shall be open before the firmament, and they shall all see together, man. They shall all see together. And this is what's happened, man. A lot of us, in particular the Israelite nation, is very naive, man. And they're just a zombie-like spirit out here, man. Taking in every spell there is casted across the four winds. I mean, you name it. You name it, they take it in, man. They have their virtual podiums and then also become a little demon themselves and spread this degenerate behavior, man. All at the same time getting the attention that they want, getting the even monetization, right? Getting a reward. This is a spiritual stumbling block, man. Right? This is why you have to hearken into this 100% true gospel. You have to repent because judgment is right around the corner, man. Judgment is coming at full force like a flood, right? A hardcore flood to hit this wicked ruling empire of Esau Edom, man. Spiritual Babylon. Okay, Yahweh Shai's coming is right around the corner, man. Okay? All this folly has to happen. All these people have to be caught up in the snare, right? For the harvest is near, man. The harvest for them to root out all the tares from the beautiful harvest, and the Lord's gonna use his reapers, man, his angels, to come and rip out all these wicked souls from the earth, man. Okay, the world cannot continue living with all these goddamn demons out here, man. Okay, the Lord's had enough, man. The sins and the atrocities, abominations, minds, and the thoughts have reached the heavens, man. The Lord is just fed up, and he's about to unroot all these wicked damn tares out here, man, and wicked heathens, right, from other nations. Let's continue here. All right, but I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give an account thereof in the day of judgment. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, okay? For by thy words thou shalt be justified. And only people going to get justified is the hopeful elect, man. The only people that are using this technology via under the firmament is preaching and teaching this 100% true gospel, man. Okay, that is what the Lord's coming to justify, man. Okay, the sincere men who are diligently educating themselves, reaching and teaching across the four winds, man. And by thy words thou shalt be condemned. And those that are using this weapon, this spiritual snare here, they're going to be condemned, man. Right? Every idle word, everything you have spoken, everything you have recorded is not only in the record under the firmament, A lot of people are ignorant to Satan's devices, man. Do you not know that there's certain software that the alphabets know? We'll say like that. The CDIs, the IBs, the BIEs, they have information. They have software technology that could pop up every little single thing anybody had ever recorded, video wise, audio, and even text, man. Okay, they have software, special software that doesn't matter if you delete it. Oh, I deleted it. I put it in the trash. No, they could still go and gather it up. They could still pop it up. They have software like that. So here it is, Esau, Edom, the damn degenerate people of the world. They respect his technology and his intelligence when it comes to the world. Oh man, I'm gonna be careful. I'm gonna erase. I'm gonna do all that. Well, Esau, Edom has software that could pop up every little thing you have deleted, man. And that's Esau. Okay, can you imagine the Lord? See, a lot of people, truly, I believe that, consciously and subconsciously, they really believe that Esau is the man. This is why they follow in his footsteps. This is why they idolize him and his technology. Not knowing that all this technology, all this intellectual devices were given by the Lord, man. For us to spread and teach this 100% true gospel, all at the same time bringing their kingdom to their demise, man. The Lord knew that they don't have a foundation, a true foundation to stand on, right? All their foundation is been built on sand, man. It's been built on lies, murder, genocide, rape, and robbing, man. Okay? This was why the Lord knew this. The Lord gave access to this devil just so he could destroy himself. The sword itself was the blessing of Esau. And watch, it is written throughout all scripture that the sword is what is going to be his demise, man. Ultimately, at the end of the day, Esau against Esau with his own sword, man. The woe number 3. Okay, woe number 3 is coming, man. It is written in the book of Revelation. Let's get that real quick. Salakia. Trying to look it up real quick in this search here. So they're not the best when it comes to searching on this device. Revelations 11 and 14. The second woe is past. Right? It's talking about war. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly, man. The third woe coming quickly here to spiritual Babylon. In case you didn't know, this is spiritual Babylon. Okay, here in America. Okay, you got to be a fool and just in so much folly that you cannot see 2 feet in front of you, man. What's going on and who the wicked of the world is, man. If you don't know by now, you are done, man. You're going to be part of the nations that are going to be completely annihilated and disintegrated by the ICBM missiles that are coming here, man. The third woe, right? Let's continue. Number 13. In the same hour was there a great earthquake, and 1/10 part of the city fell. And in that earthquake were slain of men 7,000. And the remnant were frightened and gave glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai of heaven, man. Okay, this is the hardcore judgment that's coming here to Babylon the Great, man. And every wicked heathen soul that wants to continue in their folly, man. The Lord's had enough. Okay, the Lord's had enough, man, of these people, man. And all they could do, man, is just continue in their folly, man. That's all they know, man. They've been blinded by the Lord, man. It's a scary thing to have the spirit of slumber, man. It's a very scary thing that the Lord has given these people the spirit of slumber. Okay? Eyes that they should not see and ears that they should not hear. Okay, they don't want to hear the advice of the men of the Lord, man. Okay, Esau, Edom, that's all they want to hear, man. They love Esau, Edom's technology. I mean, they idolize this dude, man. They really do believe he's the Lord, man. You tell people, they're so quick to accept anything anyone says. If you say Esau made it, Esau could do this. Oh, I believe it. Esau has satellites that they could point to your home and see through walls and shit. You'll believe it. But as soon as we tell you the Lord has angels everywhere, oh man, they don't want to hear it. Okay, and this is that spell. This is the wicked play from the left hand side of the churches and denominations of the world, man. See, they had made this scriptures, this 100% true gospel, as a one big ass fable, one big silly kids playbook, man. This is what they've done with the Lord and the minds and the souls of the people, man. This is why the people of the world only tune in, only have the frequency to tune in to Esau, Edom, man. Okay? And this is a low vibration frequency, man. And this is discordant, okay? Okay, when you hearken into this 100% true gospel, the Holy Spirit, man, you're in a harmonious frequency, man. That's the nation of Yasharallah. The world, harmonious world, man. That's the world that's getting ready to rule here over earth. Okay, not this damn annoying, discordant vibration that's going on here. It's such a discordant from the nature that the birds, the plants, and the trees can't even function properly, man. This is an irritant, man. And this shit's got to go, man. It's got to go along with every goddamn heathen and wicked freaking demon out here spreading nothing but folly, man. Spreading their fucking disease, man. Just like they do in the carnal world, going around, doing the most lustful, heinous sexual acts, doing deviant shit that they're not supposed to be doing, man. Okay, that's just not normal. All the shit that they do, they come up with, man, that's just disgusting. And this is why you have all these fucking viruses and infections going around, man. Because you got a bunch of fucking demons out here, man. And just like they do and play it out in the carnal world, they're doing that with the internet now. All right? And that's the spiritual left-hand side spells that are being casted, man. Okay, that's just as deadly. Okay, that's just as dangerous, man. Okay, spreading the folly and watching the videos and the shit they do, whether it be a perversion, a sexual perversion, or whether it be saying some fucking weird, demonic shit. Either way, it still has an effect in the spiritual realm. Okay, it's spread just like a fucking disease, man. All the shit that they're doing, all the shit that these damn women saying, oh man, women, that's folly, man. That's a fucking virus in itself too, man. It doesn't always have to be an actual STD, man. Okay, this is where our people got it wrong, man. All this misinformation is going to be their demise, man. There's lost souls out there and they listen in. They're like, yeah, that a young girl be like, yeah, that sounds about right. A woman said that, I should be twerking or using my body just to get ahead and, and use it as a weapon. That's folly, man. That's demonic, man. Okay, just to give a couple of examples, you got all this stupidity going on in the internet. It's not even funny, man. And so many people listening and tuning in, having access to it 24/7, 7 days a week, man. This is a big time spiritual snare, man. Big time, dude. Okay? And only the sincere men and women do hearken into this 100% true gospel, know and recognize that, man. Okay? Don't be fooled by Satan's devices, man. Okay? I was gonna get something real quick. Romans 11:8. The Lord has given them the spirit of slumber, man. Romans 11 and 8. According as it is written, Yahweh has given them the spirit of slumber, man. A spirit of, let's continue, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear unto this day, man. Unto this day. Let's continue. 9. And David said, let their table be made a snare, man. Okay. And this table, man, is the internet. You got so many, and this is just figuratively speaking, man. Anything that a man sets forth as a workstation of some sort, let it be made a snare and a trap and a stumbling block and a recompense unto them, man. Okay? Anything that man chooses to put as a table, right? Let their table be made a snare, a trap, and a stumbling block, right? Spiritual stumbling blocks, man. This spiritual podium of theirs, man, the internet. That's been made a snare, man. That's a trap for a lot of people, man. That's a spiritual stumbling block, man. They run into people there saying, oh, man, coming up with these damn theologies of the universe. You got all types of people coming up with all types of bullshit, man. Oh, God don't exist, man. The universe, weird shit, man. You got all types of weird shit. And then you got these other false religions, man, continuously pushing their JC, the false name that's crumbling before their eyes. That JC name that I don't even like to say, that whole belief, a bunch of little fables of the European man with the long hair. That's a snare, man. It's a major stumbling block for our people, man. Okay? Till this day, there's only one God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. There's only one God that has, Salakia, receipts on receipts, invoices of what he's done throughout the whole world, man. Okay, the God of Yasharallah, man. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and end it with that. Before I go, I want to give all praises, all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who are preaching and teaching this truth with humility and sincerity across the four winds of the world. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indigenous of the America, and the speckled bird, the Israelite stranger that has been scattered across the four winds, that look like those from those other nations and speak the language of those other nations, but their lineage also goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob as well. Shalom, shalom.